Humanity has settled on faraway planets, powerful families are fighting for power, and the epicenter of the battle is the desert planet of Arrakis, with its giant sandworms, wanderers, and spies. Did you enjoy Dune Part 2 with Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, Butler, and Léa Seydoux? It's a great cast. Perhaps you already have your favorites. But have you ever thought, why them? Why it's these guys who made it into the movie? Have they got a talent, shared a bed, maybe some special knowledge? What is it that gets you to the big screen? Today, we'll learn what came before the acting career of Dune's young stars. You're watching this Maps TV channel, I'm Igor Yermeev, let's get started. Oscar Isaac. Even though his character died in Part 1 and we didn't get to see him in Part 2, but when we're talking about the Dune cast, I feel I have to tell you about Oscar. Why? Whether you like him or not, this guy studied in the Juilliard School in New York. It's one of the most prestigious performance arts conservatories in the world with annual tuition cost of $50,000. It is still considered one of the best schools for professional artists in the US. Oscar Isaac, in turn, is one of its finest alumni. You can visit smaps.com to learn more about this school, what it looks like, the prices, programs, and accommodation. Interestingly, before the Juilliard School, Isaac studied in a regular school, which he got expelled from for bad behavior. He was a hooligan, he painted on walls, messed with fire extinguishers, and generally misbehaved. After starting secondary school, he met a bunch of guys who played music, with whom they formed a band where Isaac was a guitarist. When the guys had turned 14, they participated in a music talent show where they played a Nirvana song. Later, Isaac will join a band called the Blinking Underdogs, which will even be opening for Green Day, but that's not important. The important part is that Oscar worked as an orderly at the hospital where his father worked. Now that's where he had the fateful encounter with the artistic director of the area stage theater, who helped Isaac get his first roles as an actor in the theater. However, Oscar did not plan to continue his theater career and considered enlisting in the Marines. But he failed the admission test and went to Miami-Dade College to study performing arts while at the same time continuing to play in the theater. While in New York, Isaac played young Fidel Castro in a play When It's Cocktail Time in Cuba, and he successfully auditioned to study at the Juilliard School. While a student there, he was cast in a production of Macbeth and a small role in the film All About the Benjamins. Who else has studied at the Juilliard? Adam Driver, star of the Star Wars and the House of Gucci, Jessica Chastain from The Help, Interstellar, and The Martian. But for now, enough with Isaac, let's move on. Florence Pugh. She's British, her father owns a restaurant chain in Oxford. Her mother is a dancer and dance teacher. Florence was born on the 3rd of January 1996 in Oxford, but she spent her early childhood in Andalusia in Spain. She needed a warmer climate due to health issues. Where did she study? Some sources say she never went to a university, but those are the same type of myths as that the Zuckerberg was a dropout. In reality, she studied at Whitworth School, an all-girls private school, and then at the St. Edward's School. Take a look at it. You can find more information about it at our website, smaps.com. It is a prestigious boarding school in England, and it was here in Oxford where she started acting in the school's theatre plays. She was interested in acting, and that led her to entering the Oxford School of Drama. Yes, it's not a university as we normally understand it, but it's one of Britain's best specialized schools for training professional actors. While in the 6th grade, Florence made her professional acting debut in the drama The Falling, where she co-starred with Maisie Williams, known for her role as Arya Stark in the Game of Thrones. Some interesting people have studied there. 2 years later, she performed in the drama Lady Macbeth, which earned her the British Independent Film Award. Her breakthrough year was 2019, when she played in the historical drama Little Women with Emma Watson. Same year, she was nominated for Oscar and BAFTA and received the Trophy Shepherd at the Cannes Film Festival. Zendaya. Where does one have to be born in order to star in Dune? California. Zendaya Marie Stormer Coleman was born on the 1st of September 1996 in Auckland, not to be confused with Auckland, New Zealand. She attended Auckland School for the Arts and during that time played several roles in area theaters. Then her family moved to Los Angeles, where Zendaya studied at Oak Park High School. Did Zendaya attend a traditional university? No, but would she need to when she started her pro career at a young age? She'd become a successful actress and singer before graduating high school. And how did she study? She was a good student who loved studying and art. Teachers noted that she was ambitious and hardworking. But what would you expect when her mother was a teacher as well as her father? She began her career as a model and dancer, later becoming known for her role in a Disney Channel sitcom, Shake It Up. And it was at the age of 13. Her career shot up from there with more TV shows and ad contracts, and later, when she turns 20, she rises to the big screen. Spider-Man, The Greatest Showman, and of course, Dune. Not a lot of people know that while her mother was a teacher, she later worked as a theater manager and used to bring little Zendaya with her. She has been seeing theater, actors, plays, makeup rooms since childhood. Well, her mother, Claire Stromer, has German ancestry, and her father, Kazembe Jamo Coleman, has Nigerian ancestry. Her father has essentially been her manager since her childhood. Parents were dragging her around castings and filming sets. Not surprising when your child becomes famous in high school. But did she have time to study? Well, in terms of studying, she's never got to study at a separate university. She was too busy working on sets, but she had private tutors, hard to study outside of work. Austin Butler. By the way, I enjoyed his character in Dune the most. Where was he born? Anaheim, California, only 45 minutes away from LA. The city has Disneyland and is 30 minutes drive from Hollywood. Austin Butler was nominated for Oscar for his portrayal of Elvis. He's only attended public school, but even that he finished at home. To advance his acting skills, he began taking acting classes at 13 after an actor's manager approached him at a fair and offered him a job at a film. Butler enjoyed working as an actor, but he wanted more, so he took more advanced acting courses to boost his talent. And a couple years later, at 16, he got a role on the Disney Channel series Hannah Montana. And in this series, he co-starred with Miley Cyrus, winner of the 2024 Grammy Awards with her single Flowers. Then he gets invited to more and more roles. He stars in the Shannara Chronicles, it's a good series, and then the Biker Riders with Tom Hardy, and eventually he made it into the Tarantino movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, performing together with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. And if you don't remember seeing him there, that's a good reason to watch the movie again. Interestingly, Butler told in one of his interviews that he never auditioned for Dune. Danny Villeneuve invited him for a coffee, told him about the Dune movie, about the character, and offered him the role. Léa Seydoux. A French actress we've seen in Bond movies and Mission Impossible. She was born in Paris and studied there and in the best schools of that, such as Lycée Montaigne and then the Cours Florent, a famous Paris acting school. Following Paris, Léa continues her education in the Actors Studio in New York, located in Manhattan. It's one of the most prestigious acting schools. Let's look at some of its alumni. Marlon Brando, James Dean, Meryl Streep, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Jack Nicholson, Paul Newman, Dustin Hoffman, and of course, Léa Seydoux. Léa was not just some girl who had just happened to get into cinema. Seydoux is a well-known, powerful family, deeply rooted in the art world and business. Her father, Henri Seydoux, is an entrepreneur, founder and CEO of Parrot SA, a wireless product manufacturer specializing in products like drones and Bluetooth headphones. At the same time, the company is connected to the cinema industry since Jerome Seydoux, Léa's grandfather, was a movie producer. Her mother, Valerie Schlumberger, is an actress coming from the renowned Schlumberger family tied to the oil and gas industry. How do you like this family tree? It's only the beginning. Léa's uncle, Léa Seydoux, is the president and chairman of Gaumont, one of the oldest and largest film companies in France. In case you haven't heard of it, let me list some of the movies they have released. You can count with me. 1 + 1, The Fifth Element, Leon, The Messenger Just Visiting. And so, Léa's family circle is well connected with art and culture, big business, and of course, cinema. And finally, the main character, Timothée Chalamet. Initially, he studied in the Fiorella LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts in New York. It's a specialized school preparing its students for a career in art. Among its former students are Jennifer Aniston, Al Pacino, Nicki Minaj, Sarah Jessica Parker. Timothée Chalamet, by the way, studied together with Ansel Elgort, the guy from Baby Driver. He was a year older than Timothée and graduated earlier, but according to teachers, they were friends and basically the school's rock stars. Everyone knew them and they had already had their fans back then. Timothée Chalamet was one of the most talented and successful students who had gotten main roles in plays like Othello and Cabaret. Over the time he had been performing, he received several awards. For his role in Othello, he was awarded Best Male Actor at the School Dramas Festival. He also received a Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Grant. It's awarded to LaGuardia students for their achievements and contributions in arts. After graduating the acting school, Timothée got into Columbia University to study cultural anthropology. It doesn't sound like him, but there is a reason for it. His mother, Nicole Flander, had ancestry from Belarus and Hungary. Timothée spent summers in France, his father's homeland, at his grandparents' house not far from Lyon. It's there, according to him, he became aware of the French part of himself, in addition to his American upbringing, which constituted most of his childhood, and so he became interested in French culture. Columbia University is an Ivy League university and is one of the best in the world. Annual tuition fee is around $70,000. But let's be honest, Columbia University's anthropology department is not something you look after. It was much easier to get into than anything else, but you get Columbia's diploma and all the necessary audition contacts from Columbia's film school. And here's the turn. How much time do you think you should spend in a university? 1 year. I guess he wasn't that into anthropology, but what he was into is his role in Interstellar. After that offer, he'll be transferred to New York University's Gallatin School of Individualized Study. That is, he'll be studying individually with his own program. Following that, Chalamet's acting career will literally skyrocket right into space. Friends, if you've enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe if you still haven't, and visit our website maps.com. There you can ask any questions about education abroad in any part of the world. With our help, you can go to summer camps, get into a university, or choose yourself a sports academy, whatever you wish and wherever you wish.